the power of free speech. Invest in hope. Invest in South Sudan's future. Join us today because together we are stronger. Together we can keep the voice of a nation alive.
Live from Juba, on air and online.
This is iRadio News.
Hello, good morning. This is iRadio News. First, here are the headlines. President Salva Kiir has relieved Samuel Yanga Mikaya and Rita Nyankera Kun from their positions as deputy governors at the Bank of South Sudan and appointed their replacements. Upper Nile Minister of Cabinet Affairs David Nyankweth has quitted his post yesterday, stating that the government failed to protect civilians and maintain security. And authorities in Juba County have arrested 5 individuals in Tijor Boma of Luri Payam over the illegal opening of roads and unlawful land demarcation following reports from local residents. These stories and more coming to you in this news bulletin with me, Lasuba Memo, and now the news in detail. President Salva Kiir has relieved Samuel Yanga Mikaya and Rita Nyankera Kun from their positions as deputy governors at the Bank of South Sudan and appointed their replacements. That's according to a press release issued by the Ministry of Presidential Affairs on Monday. Under the presidential decrees, Samuel Yanga Mikaya, who served as first deputy governor for policy and banking, and Rita Nyanker Akul, the second deputy governor for administration and finance, were relieved of their duties with immediate effect. The president simultaneously appointed Tonga Kejteng Agwok as the new first deputy governor for policy and banking, while Waitui Lony Baboth was named second deputy governor for administration and finance. The government said the changes take effect immediately. In a statement signed by the Minister of Presidential Affairs, Africano Mande Gadima, President Kiir expressed appreciation to the outgoing officials for their service and contributions to the nation and conveyed his best wishes to the newly appointed officials as they take up their new responsibilities. Upper Nile Minister of Cabinet Affairs David Nyankweth quit his post yesterday, stating that the government failed to protect civilians and maintain security. In a statement seen by iRadio on Monday, Nyang stepped down from his role, stating that the security framework fails the people it serves. Nyang joined the state government through the ticket of the Federal Democratic Party led by Gabriel Changson Chang. As a constituent member of the South Sudan Opposition Alliance, the party is a signatory to the 2018 Revitalized Peace Agreement. Nyang's departure from the cabinet highlights a growing pressure on the coalition as leaders navigate the complexities of power sharing and the implementation of unified security arrangements. He underscored the trauma faced by families across the region, stating that the primary duty of any administration is to provide security, justice, and dignity to its citizens. He argued that the current reliance on ethnically divided security forces only deepens tribal polarization, creating a structural barrier that many peace builders believe must be dismantled to achieve lasting harmony. Nyang's political legacy has been centered on inclusive governance and conflict resolution. Authorities in Juba County, Central Equatoria State, have arrested 5 individuals in Tijor Boma of Luri Payam over the illegal opening of roads and unlawful land demarcation following reports from local residents. According to county officials, the arrests were made after community members alerted authorities to unauthorized land demarcation and allocation activities that contravene existing government directives. In response, the Commission of Juba County, accompanied by security organs, moved swiftly to the area to assess the situation and enforce the law. The Juba County Authority has issued a strong warning to individuals and groups involved in illegal land demarcation, planning and allocation, adding that such activities will not be tolerated. The county leadership said the operation is part of ongoing enforcement of a ministerial order issued by the Minister of Housing, Land and Public Utilities, which bans all new planning and demarcation of plots in 6 counties and Wandruba administrative Payam of Central Equatoria State. The county authority reaffirmed its commitment to upholding the rule of law, protecting public land, and ensuring orderly and lawful urban planning across Juba County. This is iRadio Morning News. On the international scene, a rubber boat carrying 55 passengers, including 2 babies, has overturned off the coast of Libya. The UN Migration Agency has said the only survivors, 2 Nigerian women, were rescued by the Libyan authorities on Friday, the International Organization for Migration announced on Monday. It said the boat was carrying migrants and refugees from various African countries. The boat sank after taking on water approximately 6 hours after departing from the coastal city of Al Zawiya in northwestern Libya. The IOM says that almost 500 migrants have been reported dead or missing trying to cross the Mediterranean Sea from Libya. Libya has become a staging point for migrants from sub-Saharan Africa seeking to reach Europe since long-time leader Muammar Gaddafi was killed in 2011. Survivors told IOM that the rubber dinghy had departed at around 11 p.m. local time from Al Zawiya, west of Tripoli. It overturned several hours later in the early hours of Friday, north of Zuwara. And Palestinians, Arab countries, Israeli anti-occupation groups, and the UK have condemned new steps approved by Israel's Security Cabinet for the occupied West Bank, saying they amount to de facto annexation. Far-right Israeli Finance Minister Bezalel Smotrich announced the moves that would make it easier for Jewish settlers to take over Palestinian land. All settlements are seen as illegal under international law. The measures, which are expected to be signed off by Israel's top military commander for the West Bank, aim to increase Israeli control over the territory in terms of property law, planning, licensing, and enforcement. They were announced 3 days ahead of a meeting between the Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu and U.S. President Donald Trump in Washington. This is iRadio Morning News, and to end this bulletin, here's a recap of the headlines. President Salva Kiir has relieved Samuel Yanga Mikaya and Rita Nyanke Rakun from their position as deputy governors at the Bank of South Sudan and appointed their replacements. Upper Nile Minister of Cabinet Affairs David Nyankweth quit his post yesterday, stating that the government failed to protect civilians and maintain security. And authorities in Juba County, Central Equatorial State, have arrested 5 individuals in Tijori Boma of Luri Payam over the illegal opening of roads and unlawful land demarcation following reports from local residents. That's the end of iRadio Morning News. If there is a story or an event you'd like iRadio to cover or report about, please send us a text message at +211 925 287 870. It's also our WhatsApp number. Follow us on X at iRadio Juba, like our Facebook page iRadio, subscribe to our YouTube channel at iRadio South Sudan. You can also visit our website and listen to us online at www.iradio.org. Stay tuned for news in Arabic at 8 o'clock. I'm Lasuba Memo. Thank you for listening.